At the post, you got it wrong. I'm like, fuck you.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
Hey, sorry, this episode is a few minutes later than it would have been. We just spent like 10 minutes talking about each other's looks and how sad we are about them.
Yeah, the hair is the main point here. The hair is just becoming a disaster on my end. Your hair is always a bit of a disaster, but like in an endearing way.
I don't know. It's going to sound like I'm bragging, but now you said my hair's always been a disaster, so now I feel like I've got to like
even it out a little bit.
No, yeah, now I've got to like brag. Like, I feel like maybe people are just nice. No matter what my hair looks like, people always say it looks good. There have been some days where, like, I mean, especially when it was really long, where people were like, I don't like that, fucking change that. But generally, even if I think I'm having a terrible hair day, people will be like, hey, hair's really popping today. My hair is unequivocally terrible right now. I don't think that yours is that bad.
It's just different. It's tough for me. It's very different. This is the longest that it's been in forever, and it's not as well groomed as I would like to keep it. Like growing out my hair, my plan was always to grow out my hair, so this is like a nice little timing thing. But my plan was to be able to like keep it in check, and I have not been able to keep it in check. Like I would love to be able to trim the sides or take some weight off of it a little bit, but I haven't been able to do that, and so now it's just like this big monstrous thing on my head. But as far as like your hair, like it sometimes it's fucking crazy, but like it's always a better option than like a basic ass haircut for you personally. Because like I go back and I look at like old videos from the podcast when we first started. You had like a basic ass haircut, and you just look like a boring dude. And now
like everybody
now
else.
you have character.
I actually saw a Rostam posted on Instagram a clip of David Bowie saying that he was hanging out with Mick Jagger one time, and a guy yelled at them. And a guy yelled like, "Hey, get a fucking haircut!" And Mick Jagger yelled back, "What? And look like you?" And that is such a good burn. Like I look like fucking Mick Jagger, you idiot. I am Mick Jagger. Why would I ever try to dumb it down? But I'll say everybody's hair looks bad now. I haven't seen anybody who looks better as a result of whatever the hell we're going through right now.
That's true. I've seen a lot of people trying to cut their own hair. It has not ended with great results most of the time. From what I'm
not with that. I think that if you cut your own hair, you then have to Venmo your barber, because that's a haircut that you're costing them. And even if you go to see them right after, now they got to fix your shitty haircut. I don't know. I know a couple of barbers, and they are really pushing for, hey, look, we're all in this together. Just grow your hair out. Let it go. It's not, I mean, really, like, for me, initially when people were freaking out, like, what am I going to do about haircuts? I'm like, dude, going a month or two without a haircut is nothing for me. But my hair was kind of at the edge of like, all right, maybe due for a haircut in a couple of weeks. So now it just looks terrible. And if I'd known that I was going to go this long without a haircut, I would have gotten the product that I use when my hair is a little longer. And now I've got like the short hair product and the long hair. And I just look like shit at all times. Also, facial hair wise, I don't think anyone knows what they're doing. No. A lot of people just
got a mustache coming in.
Yeah, I think the move should have just been everyone agreed to not shave, because now we're all over the place. Like I'm doing the stubble, but I don't know what happens when it gets a little longer. I don't want to. I'm low on shaving cream, so I don't want to go clean shaven. The hair situation all over the face and the top of the head.
But you know what this is?
Good times.
You know what this is? This is a worldwide hot tub effect for everybody.
That is right. People are going to do that we'll talk about challenges and things that people are doing on social media, but the Instagram thing where you go, hala mazula, bippata-poo, da bippity-boppity, poo, and then you're hot.
Yeah.
That'll
be a big one. Oh, man.
That's a video version of the hot tub effect.
Yeah, that is. That's true. I just realized now that it's going to be absolutely unbearable once this entire thing ends. Everybody's going to be posting content about like
post-quarantine look.
Right, yeah. And it's going to be like quarantine before and after.
She's
blah,
back.
Blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, it's going to be so annoying.
That is going to be tough. I mean,
I think all of this is going to be tough once we get out of it. Like, I think that we're going to, I think maybe it's just me, but like, I feel like I'm going to get used to this, and then like everything's going to be like, okay, back to the real world. And I'm going to be like, oh my God, I'm completely out of shape. My sleep schedule is totally fucked.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's going to take a while.
I was going to say, like, as part of the wellness check to open every episode, I guess we should do now. I'm finding that I had my bad week. I've lost track of the weeks. I don't know how long it's been like fully blown. We're not doing anything. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe the beginning of last week was when I had my bad week, or like my bad days of just being really frustrated with this whole thing and going crazy. And then I just got used to it, and now I'm kind of delirious, and now I'm just sort of used to all this, and I'm like, yeah, of course it rained 3 days in a row or whatever, so I couldn't even go outside and see the sun for 3 seconds. Well, yeah, why wouldn't it rain? Yeah, of course. So nothing surprises me, and nothing really upsets me, but I've found that this has been the week where everyone I know has gotten most upset and most frustrated. Really? So I feel bad because after them dealing with my crybaby ass a couple weeks ago, they're like, hey, you know what, man? You're right. This sucks, and this is getting to me, and I just can't relate. So I'm like, I just so don't care about anything anymore that...
So, like normal, you're just ahead of the depression trend.
Yeah, really? This is everybody getting seasonally depressed. I'm like, oh, please. I saw the first reports in China, and I
immediately packed it in.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, I'm with you. I've been okay for like the past week and a half. I really think that it's just because the only time that I get like upset is when I saw people being fucking stupid about it. And I feel like for the most part, there aren't a lot of people being stupid about it anymore. I think everybody's starting to realize that this thing's for real.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've just like been able to put on the blinders, but I haven't seen a lot of people being stupid.
I mean, this is an anonymous thing I heard. Somebody told me their roommate came home drunk from being out with friends. This was this past weekend. They all like went to a friend's house and they got drunk. The roommate came home and then invited a booty call.
Oh my God, dude.
And
wow.
They were like, am I warranted in being mad?
Yeah,
and I was like,
sure.
Look, I'm not going to say murder, but like you're warranted in doing a lot of things right now to this roommate.
I'd be like, if that happened to me, I would honestly be like, you got to go home or something, man. Like you can't live here. Like for the time being, you cannot live here.
Yeah, I think that all roommates should have, and I know we've talked about this, like different people play the significant other thing differently. I think that, and so maybe with the exception of a significant other, everybody that has roommates has to have a no one else comes in the house or apartment or wherever you may live rule. It's such an easy thing, and no one can get mad at each other. Just say, hey, look, everybody says to do this, so let's do that.
Right. Me and Alan have like shut it down for the time being. Just because it's like peak season and like it's starting to kill babies and stuff, and we're both very concerned about my nephew and everything else, and my mom. So I won't be going home. Won't be having any guests. Won't be doing anything. Just hanging here.
Oh yeah.
My mom is like breaking my heart during this whole thing because she's like, just come over. It'll be fine. And I'm just like, no.
Did we talk about this? And I don't want to call your mom an old person, but I'm lumping my parents in with this too. The dumbest people about this. Do you know my guy Chris from Aeronaut?
No.
Well, he's a really good dude, and we were talking about this, and he put it perfectly. He was like, "It's old people and it's college kids that are going to mess this up most." because college kids are too dumb.
That could be applied
and
to any
old
situation
people
in the world.
are too stubborn. And
Yeah.
those are the two things you can't break. Like, you can't get to someone who's too dumb, who doesn't understand. And you can't get to someone who says, no matter what you say, my answer is no. And I'm set in my ways. And I think people, I don't know what age, I'm not going to say like age whatever and up, but older people our parents' age, I think, are just like so cool with being like, hey, well, whatever. We'll just play it by ear. I'm like, not playing by ear. No. Not playing by ear. Just not seeing each other for a while. And that bums me. I'm like, do you think that I don't want to see people? And their answer probably is like, yes. But like, do you think that I want to be cooped up? No. But if these are the directions and these are the rules, you bet your bippy I am adhering to every single one of them because I want to do this right, and I don't want anyone to have to be cooped up any longer, you know?
Right. And I don't want anybody to have to die. So
yeah, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's been very heartbreaking, especially like my mom was like, "Hey, just come over for Easter dinner on Sunday, and it'll just be us, and it'll just be like the 3 or 4 of us." And I was like, "No."
Thank you. Good job.
It's like, first of all, I don't care about Easter. I would love to see it. Love to have dinner with you. Not a religious guy. Not a music guy. Not a religious guy. I'm good. But
has anything been made more overrated than Easter now? It was like, what about Easter? Like,
we get it. He came back. Cool. There was a sequel.
I'll tell you, I don't know when a lot of holidays are, and the only reason I know when Easter is because I associate its colors with spring. Otherwise, people are like, hey, Easter's in early September, right? Be like, you bet. Same with President's Day and Memorial Day and Labor Day. All those days. Like, I know when... I know when Christmas is 4th of July, but there's a giveaway in 4th of July. If you read between the lines, you can tell that's a summer one.
Halloween's always an easy one, too.
Yeah.
But Easter's like the toughest one, man. Easter's like, one year it'll be like March 3rd, and the next year it'll be April 19th. And then the next year it'll be in fucking May. And then the next year it's in November. It's a weird holiday.
Bruntouchables, let us know. Speaking of Ellen, would this tweet have gotten retweets? I didn't tweet this. I texted you saying, like, will Ellen kill me? And then I also weighed the pros and cons of, like, is a boss going to tell me to take this down? Ellen tweeted, how long before I decide to give myself bangs? And I wanted to quote tweet it with, people who don't live with their partners have been giving themselves bangs for a while now. That would have been, that either was going to do like a lot of retweets, or that was going to get like 4 retweets, 17 likes, and 3 this deserved better responses.
Yeah, and like a few texts where it'd been like, haha, good one.
Yeah, and I'll be like, oh, cool. And you didn't retweet.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeff voice, you considered a retweet?
Yeah, that's the best Jeff brand. I was in favor of that tweet being sent. We do have to mention the fact that we got some devastating news this week.
What's that?
Beach Road Weekend has been canceled.
Yes. The worst.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it was coming, but still, nonetheless, no Beach Road Weekend 2020. Very, very devastating.
And you know what sucks the most about it? I realized this last night after having like a day or two with being sad about Beach Road Weekend being canceled. It isn't just the concerts I had tickets to or like planned on going to were canceled. It's that none of the concerts are going to happen. So it's not like, oh, I can't go to Vampire Weekend in May. I can't go to Martha's Vineyard in July. It's like I can't go to any concert during those times because none of them are going to happen. That's going to be a really weird part about this post whatever the hell it is life. Like during this, like this summer, we'll probably go to no concerts. How weird is that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be like a lot of, there's going to be really nothing this summer other than like things that you can do yourself. Like there
Right.
are going to be no events.
Right. It'll be like kind of similar to this, except we'll probably go to work and we'll be able to like have friends come into our apartment.
Yeah.
That's brutal. And I'll tell you what, like we may seem like a couple of lazy bums, but we had more stuff planned and more shenanigans planned for Beach Road weekend over the next couple of months that we want to pull to really get those folks' attention. And we can still do it. I don't know. It's, one of the
Somebody
Untouchables was pushing very hard that this was a good thing because it just
Oh, yeah,
gives us more
I was just
time.
gonna say, yeah, it just gives
to
us
fuck
more
shit
time
up
to
for
chip
next
away
year.
at it. Yeah,
Right.
Which, like, I don't hate that attitude at all. And I'm pretty sure that Beach Road Weekend is going to happen again next year. So maybe they're able to kind of just like stockpile resources, get an even better lineup together for 2021, and then we're just going to be way more annoying about it, which seems impossible, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I'm quite annoyed though.
I'm
This
annoyed.
is-
I'm more annoyed, honestly, that like obviously one, we really wanted to go to this and to like annoy them and make it a bit and all that, but like I honestly genuinely wanted to become a vineyard guy this summer.
Yeah, canceling the Airbnb was a tough one. That's like all I'm doing now is just like canceling trips and seeing, do I get a refund for this? Do I get like that's like another job now that I have, just canceling anything fun that I was planning on doing. I wanted to
I'm one of the things that I've been thinking about is like, when do I use my vacation time? Because I've got vacation time. When do I
Yes.
use it?
I emailed
'Cause-
my boss saying like, hey, I put in for these days off and you've given them to me. I obviously don't need them anymore.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I'm trying to think of like when I could use them. Like I obviously want to wait till the weather's nice, so like maybe I can just go outside even if I'm just not with anybody, just hanging out by myself with a little staycation with nice weather, or do I just hold on to them? But like once sports are coming back and they're not going to stop for a full calendar year.
Right.
Usually I save all my vacation for the hockey off season, but there's going to be no hockey off season for like the next 18 months once it returns.
Right.
So, I'm trying to decide what to do with all that vacation time.
I want to get to this important segment. It's called Today in Challenges, where we talk about all the challenges that are going on, because I think that probably with the exception of 19, 3 is the biggest number in this COVID crisis.
That's a good call. The pick 3 thing has been quite annoying.
Yes. Have you
Actually,
earnestly responded to any of them?
No.
Me neither.
No.
This has made me way more cynical. It's my least favorite quality, but I've seen a lot of things, especially with all these challenges, and I just roll my eyes and I'm like, ugh, the fucking stupidity you must possess to partake in this. Gross.
I mean the memes and like the challenges or whatever in normal times, a lot of them feel forced. So think about it with like everybody trying to make a meme, trying to make a challenge during quarantine when they're bored. So many of them have been so annoying. The pick 3 ones and like the pick your house ones.
The house one is so stupid.
No interest
you don't want to be in a house with a bunch of people, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it does not make sense.
Any of them, you go to
at
jail.
all, in theory. Yeah. That should be the answer to every single pick your house question. It's like, oh, you answered, go to prison.
Oh,
except don't go to prison because now they're letting people out of prisons because you can't be in with those people.
Right. And then, of course, the first photo challenge has become a thing. I think I said this last week. None of the challenges are hard. None of them are challenging. What is challenging about doing... And again, like I am a very out of shape person. I can knock out, what is it, 10, 15, 20 push-ups? I can do that in my sleep. That is not challenging. Find a photo of yourself. Yes. I think that in 2020, we might have access to a photo of ourselves. Really challenging.
It's a good call. Yeah, I mean, they're not difficult for sure, but I think that like for the sake of being a viral challenge, they need to come up with something that everybody can do. And there are a lot of dumb people, so you have to really dumb it down.
The one I most want to talk about is the Instagram riddles. Have you been seeing those?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
They're in stories. It always starts with, "You will get this wrong. There is no way you will get this right." It's one of those. It's a story that's nothing but text.
Okay.
So it starts with, "You will get this wrong," and after you have to admit it. You have to post on yours that you got it wrong. All right, ready? Get ready to get this wrong. One of them is, you're sleeping and you're hungry. You have butter, milk, and eggs in the refrigerator. What do you open first?
The refrigerator.
So I responded, your eyes. And then someone responds, "No, I thought you might say that. I thought you might say the refrigerator or your eyes. But no, you were sleeping. So you didn't do anything. You were just sleeping. So you have to post you got it wrong." I'm like, fuck you.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
No, that's so douche. That's such a...
Yeah, but
it was all a dream cop-out.
Yeah, but that's so funny. Like, nobody's going to answer that. So the fact that it's so stupid that nobody would answer it, I like that.
Let's make our own. Oh, by the way, so it always starts with, "You're going to get this wrong," and it always ends with, like, a simple question. So it'll be like, starts with, "You will get this wrong," ends with, "So what's his name?" Question mark. And you're like, well, this ought to be easy enough. They're just asking for a fella's name. Okay.
Somebody sent me one yesterday, actually. I didn't realize like it was like a popular Instagram trend, but I got the
oh yeah.
One rabbit saw 6 elephants while going to the river. Every elephant saw 2 monkeys going towards the river.
I'm out.
Every monkey holds 1 parrot in their hands. How many animals are going towards the river?
That one, I'll say, like, that one's too much. That one's got, like, hard. Math.
And you definitely have to look at it. It's like you have to, like, study it.
So some of these also have the trick is there will be a period instead of a question mark. So it'll say, Jeff talks to Billy. His mom has like 10 dogs, blah, blah, blah. What is her name? Respond with her name. And then, but it's like, what is her name there's a period. It's just a statement. It's not a question. So then you say like, oh, I don't know. And I don't like you answer them always looking for like, okay, this is a trick. And there's like 5 red herrings. Like the you're asleep. What do you open first? Your eyes is more correct than nothing. You were asleep. That is more correct than it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's make one that goes viral. You're listening to 2016 Father John Misty album, Pure Comedy. Your dog is named Walter, but he can't bark. Your neighbor complains about the noise. Who is making the noise? And then the answer is, no, Pure Comedy came out in 2017, you idiot, so none of this is real. Ugh.
I love that. That's awesome.
Ugh. Now you have to tell everyone you got it wrong. The trend is so big into, you better tell everyone you got it wrong. I responded to a few of them with, not going to post if I got this wrong, and it's my guess. And they'll respond with like, no, you got it wrong. Now you have to post. Blah. I'm like, what did I say? I'm not doing it.
They're just, post it, coward.
Right.
Post it, you big fat phony.
I would. I'd hate for there to be an accident, DJ. You better post. Better post. You got it wrong.
What happened to DJ? He didn't repost the meme. He sleeps with the fishes now.
That would be a great Blumhouse movie. That's some real like countdown.
Blumhouse presents repost the meme.
You got it wrong. Hey, I don't need to Hey, John, are you going to that party? What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be posting that you got that meme wrong? Please. Like,
Dude, I'm like, now that I
that's
think about it, I'm like actually stunned that Blumhouse hasn't made a movie about like those email threads where it's like, if you don't send this to 5 people, a girl
chain
will show
letters?
up in the middle of the night and kill you in your sleep.
Yeah, like chain letters.
Yeah.
What happened to those? Those just became like emails now, huh?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Okay, I think that was this week in challenges.
Nice.
Oh, that
I
went
like
well.
that segment.
Yeah. What movies have you seen during this?
Not a lot, honestly. I've been
Really?
I've been watching some TV shows rather than movies. I've watched a few. Obviously we did fantasy. No, that was beforehand. We did The Invisible Man. We did The Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did The Way Back. But I've also been getting into some Disney Plus. So I watched Moana,
Oh, cool.
and Moana was solid. I watched Monsters Inc. for the first time in like 20
What?
years.
Oh, I thought you were saying you'd never seen it.
No, I watched it for like the first time in 20 years. Still really awesome. I did Onward last weekend.
What's that?
The new one. That's like the new Chris Pratt, Tom Holland Pixar movie. That one was pretty good. Pretty cute. I liked
Okay.
it. And then The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I love that. You got to watch that. You haven't watched that yet?
Nah, still haven't watched it.
Got to watch that one. Then I did the To All the Boys I've Loved Before, the sequel.
Oh, how was that?
Bad, stupid,
Nice.
a waste of time. And then The Bling Ring I watched last weekend.
What's the Bling Ring?
So The Bling Ring is like a true story about like, I think it's like the early 2000s or like mid 2000s, about a bunch of high schoolers in California who robbed celebrities' houses. They would just break into their houses and like steal a bunch of their shit. Like,
Oh, I thought I heard of this. Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Paris Hilton was involved, like
Yes.
like Orlando Bloom. So they made a movie about that. Emma Watson's in it. And it was very bad. It was a
I
very
remember
bad.
this happening.
Yeah.
Wasn't this like, I was gonna say, wasn't this just a few years ago? But if it involves Paris Hilton and I heard about it, then it had to have been like 10 years ago. At the absolute latest.
Yeah, this is like a big story.
Yeah. I've been pounding movies. I've done Hunt, Invisible Man, yesterday, which I'd already seen. Way back. Spencer Confidential, ridiculous movie. Hooking Up. Oh my God, do you have an hour? What a stupid movie that was. That's Brittany Snow. I think Brittany Snow movies are just like always good brunch material. They're always so bad. It was Brittany Snow and Sam Richardson. She is a sex addict who writes a sex column, and she loses her job, and she meets a guy who has cancer, and to save her job, she says, "Hey, what if I went on a road trip to everywhere I had sex and had sex with this guy?" And her boss is like, "Yeah, that'll save your job."
What?
So they go around having sex all these places, and it turns out these two people have things that have happened to them in their lives, and they're like things that they aren't proud of, and they're human beings, and you're like, yo, get to anything interesting.
Yeah.
And it's so stupid and so weird. Like, what a weird premise. Sex addict saves her job by having a lot of sex with a guy who has cancer, and I'm not even sure that like he wants to be doing any of this. Like, he just wants to like be at home, like resting and being around his loved ones. It's the most absurd, stupid movie. They end up together in the end, I guess. It was really, really bad. Then I did A League of Their Own, which I've seen before. Bull Durham. I had not seen Bull Durham before. I've been doing a ton of Quentin Tarantino movies.
I have noticed that. You've been flying through them, and I have noticed it because you've been sending me videos every time feet show up. And I didn't realize that the feet thing was as prevalent as it is in Tarantino movies.
And you know what? That is not even true. I am sending you videos when there are egregious examples of feet. If I sent you a video of every time there were feet, we would go over our minutes. You would have to have a higher cell phone bill because it is just nothing but feet.
What was the latest one that you sent me where Tarantino is literally like drinking like a foot luge?
Yeah, no, it's not even that. It's just Salma Hayek is dancing in front of him, and she puts her foot in his mouth.
Oh, I thought that she was like pouring a drink down her leg.
Nothing alcoholic about it. Just
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was just her putting her foot in his mouth. I could be wrong. I was also distracted by I've got to take a video of this and post it.
What movie was it?
That was From Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that.
A movie in which Quentin Tarantino and George Clooney, so you know you're getting good acting performances, are two.
Was that a joke?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't think that George Clooney is considered a good actor.
No. Well,
Right.
I think that he is considered a good actor. I don't believe that he is a good actor.
Okay. Okay. I'll say I don't think that Tarantino's that bad an actor.
Yeah, he's fine. Honestly, I think that most people are probably good actors.
Right. Like if you're an actor, you're probably good at acting.
Yeah. Even if you're not an actor, like I've seen non-act, like Kevin Garnett was good in Uncut Gems.
I don't know. Have you ever tried acting before?
I have.
I've done it. It's hard. I don't think.
Yeah, it's not easy, but like it's very easy to be passable, I think.
So it's like piano. It's easy to be bad at it, but it's really hard to be good at it. It's easy to say like I do it well enough to say I can act poorly.
Sure.
Like if you spend 30 minutes at a piano, then you can say, "Oh yeah, I play the piano, not well, but I play it well. But I play it like poorly."
But I also think that like for acting, unless you're an actor, you're not going to really critique an acting performance thoroughly.
Oh,
So
well,
for
that's not true. People are idiots. People want to. They want you to think that they know about it, so they'll be like, "Oh, I thought that." Well.
Yeah, I mean, but like at least from my perspective, like, I'll be like looking to see if somebody's a good actor or whatever, but I can't pick apart an acting performance and be like, this was bad. Like I will only notice that something is bad if it's noticeably bad. And I feel like it's easy to not be noticeably bad.
Quick side note, I found a thing. I think it was on Father John Misty's subreddit where the review for Fear Fun, the Pitchfork review, someone said like the album lacks syncopation, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Syncopation just means something that's not like on the downbeat, and it's just like such a weird thing to say. No music person would ever be like, "Oh, more things need to be syncopated." It was clearly somebody just trying to use like a music word.
Yeah.
And Father John Misty, this was back when he had Twitter, was just like smoking this reviewer and just like retweeting all this stuff of like going to the Father John Misty concert tonight, better have syncopation. And it was just like a lot of it just reminds me of that, of like someone who doesn't really know much about acting being like, "Oh, I thought that was a lethargic acting performance." And it's like, all right, cool. You talked about acting for a second. What else? Oh, so that movie was From Dusk Till Dawn. They are two bank robbers or outlaws trying to escape to Mexico. They kidnap a family that includes a young Juliette Lewis, to smuggle them into Mexico. And when they get to the Mexican bar where they're waiting for their contact to pick them up, they find out everyone in the bar is a vampire.
Oh,
and this doesn't happen until 2/3 of the way into the movie. So the first 2/3 of the movie is just like normal outlaw fare. And the last third is vampires the whole way, and killing vampires and biting and all this crazy stuff.
That's kind of cool.
It's a ridiculous movie, a truly ridiculous movie.
It's kind of sweet. I like that.
Tarantino did not direct it. He wrote it. It's another famous director who directed it. Robert Rodriguez, is that a name?
Is that that's like the Roadhouse guy, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. Maybe? Anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
Very stupid movie. But other than that, I've done Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Kill Bill Volume 1, which, God, I do not care about movies like that.
So that's yeah. Robert Rodriguez is it's Grindhouse, Planet
Oh.
Terror, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Death Proof, Sin City. So he does like a lot of those, like Machete. He does like a lot of those like older style movies, and then Spy Kids.
He did Spy Kids?
He did Spy Kids.
That's hilarious. We should do a Robert Rodriguez episode where we only watch Spy Kids, and then we have other movie people on to talk about Robert Rodriguez. And every question we're like, oh, sorry, I haven't. We've only seen Spy Kids.
Hell yeah.
What
did you think of Pulp Fiction? Because you asked me about that.
Oh, Pulp Fiction was great.
You didn't seem crazy about it when you were watching it.
Really?
Yeah, you were like...
No, that was Kill Bill, I said.
I thought Pulp Fiction you said was like a little overrated.
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. Hold on.
I thought you had said something in the text that you were like not crazy about it.
Let me check the log. Oh, I said, have you seen Pulp Fiction? I finally watched it last night. LOL. You said I have. I said, what acting from Quentin? And then I said this, yeah, that was it. I said I finally watched it last night. What acting from Quentin? I said, yeah, thought he was good in it.
That was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I made that up.
Then I sent you a video of Tarantino with Sway, in which I said this is uncomfortable because Tarantino is changing his speaking voice and not talking like himself, which people are familiar with the term. Have you ever heard the term black scent?
Yes. Yeah.
When like a white person, it's very odd, weird phenomenon. This is like peak somebody doing that. Really, really weird. Anyway.
Yeah, so I guess I made that up.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction was Pulp Fiction I thought was really, really good. Reservoir Dogs. Holy smokes. That one is fun.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Have you seen Homestyle Fiction?
Oh, what's that?
Some Pulp Fiction?
What's that?
It's an orange juice joke.
These orange juice jokes you're making?
Yeah.
I thought that these were like at first I thought I don't know what Homestyle Fiction. And then when you said some Pulp Fiction, I thought, is this like maybe like a YouTube video where they do like orange juice stuff?
Yeah, no, it's I had Homestyle orange juice this morning, and it's some pulp. So
nice.
Thought I'd mix in a little humor in this podcast.
Hey, get that vitamin C.
Yeah, no, Reservoir Dogs is fucking unbelievable. That's one of my favorite Tarantinos for sure.
Yeah, that Mr. Blonde, man, that guy is bad news.
Oh yeah.
Brutal. When they kill the cop at the end, I mean, you know that cop is dying one way or the other, but when the kid walked in and killed the cop, I'm like, man, I just said don't do that. God.
Yeah, I mean, Reservoir Dogs, the opening scene of Reservoir Dogs is unreal.
Yeah.
It's like if I were to see that movie today for the first time, I'd be like, after the opening scene, I'd be like, all right, this movie is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, the opening scene of that is great. The opening scene of Pulp Fiction is great. I mean, Tarantino is pretty good with those first scenes. How do you say Steve Buscemi's last name? Is it Buscemi?
I say Buscemi.
Everyone says Buscemi, but it's not. Let's see. Steve Buscemi pronunciation.
Have you seen Django?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
man. You're in for a treat for Django.
I'm going to get to it, I guess. So
what do you have left?
Wait. Admits that while the pronunciation... Below is a video there where he talks about how to pronounce it. He gets introduced as Buscemi, but when the topic gets brought up, Buscemi admits that while that pronunciation is correct, so is Buscemi. What a coward. So he's a Brad Marchand who says his name different ways, and then when you ask him, like, hey, I'd like to get this right, I'd like to put some respect on your name, he says, oh, it's this one. And then a couple hours later, he says another one. You're like, man, I'm just trying to be. I'm just trying to do right by you, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he cares very much.
Yeah.
What do you have left?
So I left off at Kill Bill Volume 1, and I'll admit the last line of the movie was intriguing enough for me to say, okay, I'll watch the next one, but I do not care about movies like that. Martial arts movies, get them out of my face. I get it. You walk in, you see somebody, maybe there's a little repartee, and then you fight. Cool. Fight scenes to me are like sex scenes to me. I don't think I'm gonna.
Don't have any interest in doing any of them. So
I don't do these things anyway. No, like I don't think I'm going to see anything that really blows my mind.
So like you don't like John Wick?
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Because John Wick is way more tongue in cheek. I told you the first time I saw John Wick, when I didn't know it was a joke, I thought it was kind of whack.
Yeah. But I mean, so are the Tarantino fight scenes. A lot of them are tongue in cheek. Like they're just so over the top and ridiculous.
Yeah, but not in Kill Bill. Kill Bill is more of like a strict martial arts movie.
Yeah, but it's like a martial arts movie that's like so martial arts movie. Like it's like a tribute to martial arts movies. So I think Kill Bill is great. Yes. Kill Bill is great. The second one's okay. I like the first one a little bit better.
Oh, so the second one has a lower Rotten Tomatoes score and a higher audience score.
Interesting.
So I don't know. I guess I'm kind of excited to see it, but yeah, I
haven't seen Django. Have you seen Inglourious Bastards?
Yes.
Okay.
And I look forward to. I think I'll rewatch Inglourious Bastards. Which, what I like about the old Tarantino movies is they're short.
Yeah.
Those are an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they're great. I don't know where he got it in his head that the movie's got to be 6.5 hours long. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't that long though, right? It's like 2:40.
Yeah, I think it's less than that. I think it's like two and a half. But I mean, it's the quickest 2.5.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, when I first watched it, it wasn't. I was like, wow, this is a long movie. It's taken forever.
Oh, I don't. So disagreed.
Really?
I remember thinking that it never felt long to me. It never felt long.
The first time I watched it, it definitely did. Maybe it's because I saw it like really late at night on the opening night. I think it was like a 10:30 showing or something like that. And it was just like, okay, where's this going? Because it really, I mean, we talked about this in our review, but it doesn't go anywhere. You're just following these people around for like the first couple hours before you get to the final act. And I was like, okay, where's this going? But like once you know that it's going somewhere, and then like on the rewatch, it was way faster and every part of it was interesting. So, yeah, I mean, it was a very quick 2.5 hours the second time around. But I mean, I still haven't seen The Hateful Eight because of how long it is.
Oh yeah, I have not seen The Hateful Eight either. I turned on the TV the other day, and it was the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. They were all at dinner, and I was like, yes, this rules. And I watched the last half hour or whatever. It was so much fun. So running through Tarantino movies, I also I watched a movie last night that I probably saw 2/3 of it, maybe 3/4 of it. It was called Irrational Man. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
Emma Stone is a college student who begins hanging out with her professor, Joaquin Phoenix, and her professor is like this tortured soul, and they find out that like some judge is corrupt or he's a bad guy or something. So Joaquin Phoenix murders this judge and then starts hanging out with and sleeping with Emma Stone's character, and she realizes he did it, and then he tries to kill her. It's a really weird fucking movie. I think Minnie Driver's in it. She's also sleeping with Joaquin Phoenix. It was like a thorough why did they make this movie? But I watched it. I don't have shit else to do.
Joaquin Phoenix might have made that movie just so that he could have sex with everybody and kill people.
Maybe, and I'll tell you what, Joaquin Phoenix looked like shit in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, huge, like very, very, very bloated in this movie.
Oh, that was probably around the time that he was doing I'm Still Here then. Because
I think I'm Still Here was like early 2000s though, mid 2000s.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
Really?
Don't think so. Let me look at his IMDb real quick.
I'm Still Here was 2010. Yeah.
Irrational Man was 2015.
Yeah. So
so Her was in the middle of that, and he looked great in Her.
Her sucked.
Yeah, I didn't like that movie at all.
Sucked so
didn't
much.
Like it at all. People love that movie, man.
I had no idea how people liked that movie.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I haven't seen The Master. I know that that's on Netflix, and I want to watch it. I've heard that it's great. If you're interested in a very interesting Joaquin Phoenix watch, You Were Never Really Here was pretty good. I like that a lot.
That?
Huh?
What's that?
So he plays like a veteran who is basically a contract killer, but he's like a contract killer, but he only goes after like bad people, like Dexter, but he goes after people who like commit child sex crimes.
It's
and there's like
Saints.
Huh?
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, so like there's like a very like Jeffrey Epstein vibe to like this movie, like because he like basically is hunting down like now it seems like he's basically hunting down Jeffrey Epstein and trying to like save a girl who has been kidnapped, or a boy who's been kidnapped. I forget. But yeah, it's like there's like a child sex ring, and he's trying to kill the people involved.
Ooh,
yeah,
weird.
It's a very fucked up movie. And then like it's like a graphic violence sort of deal, gritty movie, but it was a really good watch.
Gritty origin story.
Yeah.
I've got the background. It would appear that Stranger Than Fiction is on my television on mute. You ever see that one?
No, I haven't.
Joaquin Phoenix is in it.
Okay, nice. I've also seen Don't Worry, He Won't Get Far on Foot, in which Joaquin Phoenix plays a paralyzed guy who is like an absolute mess, an alcoholic, just an asshole, and he goes into like rehab. And Jack Black's in the movie. Very fun watch.
He Won't Get Far on Foot. That's directed by Quentin Tarantino.
There is no. It's I don't know who directs it, but Jonah Hill's in it, dude. In it too.
Oh, Superbad was on last night, so I've also watched that.
Nice.
I'm liking this.
I like the
the
2 degrees of separation for our movie discussion.
Yeah, I like that we're doing this. Here are the movies I've seen with that have Joaquin Phoenix in it. I've seen Walk the Line.
Nice.
In which he plays Johnny Cash, and it's a gritty origin story for Johnny Cash, where he grows up and he starts doing pills. He loves June Carter.
Who plays June Carter in that movie?
That would be Reese Witherspoon.
Okay.
And he eats a lot of peanuts during the movie. I do remember that. They're doing a lot of peanuts, a lot of pills. He falls down on stage, too drunk. I've seen... Yeah, I'm running through these. I'm realizing I've seen very few Joaquin Phoenix movies. I've seen Irrational Man. Checked that out last night. I can't remember if I've seen Inherent Vice. Did you see that movie?
Don't believe so.
It's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie. And, oh yeah, I remember, like, the poster looked cool, but the movie looked sucky.
I mean, the name sounds awesome. Inherent Vice?
Yeah, and there's, like, a lot of lights and shit going on in the poster.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, I forgot that they were making a Joker 2.
They are?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
The continuation of the origin story? At what point does it stop being an origin story?
Right,
it's just like, this is that person.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Do you think that it'll end with them showing how Bruce Wayne's parents died?
Yes. Yeah. It's just going to be 2 hours of the Waynes dying.
It's going to exist.
They're just going to be like an intensive critical condition.
It's going to be in the exact same universe, but every one of these movies is going to have a scene in which Bruce Wayne's parents are killed. We've talked about this. Nobody likes killing Bruce Wayne's parents more than any movie involving Batman or Gotham. They're like, and this is how they died. I'm like, they died outside a theater. Someone shot them. We all know. Stop showing that, like, but this is why. Just, they're gone. We know. It's over.
I mean, to the credit of Spider-Man, they've remade Spider-Man a million times, but in the latest one, they were like, okay, we don't need to show Uncle Ben dying.
Right. I wouldn't hate, though, Spider-Man showing Bruce Wayne's parents dying.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be the crossover we've been waiting for.
Or what if the crossover we've been waiting for is like the Waynes and Uncle Ben just dying in the same like attack.
Uncle Ben kills the Waynes in a murder-suicide.
Oh, God.
Very gritty origin story.
Very dark. Yes.
This is the grittiest Uncle Ben. What's the opposite of origin? Finality story ever.
What if you wanted to make a movie and it was Uncle Ben kills the Waynes in a murder suicide, and then Batman vows revenge and tries to go after Spider-Man, and then it's like a DC versus Marvel sort of like they're going after each other sort of deal. It's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Is Doc Ock in the mix?
Why not?
Yeah. It's like Batman versus Spider-Man versus Doc Ock.
Hell yeah. I like that. I think this has legs.
Okay. Or at least tentacles. Oh, very good. That's a Little Mermaid joke. I was talking about Ursula, not even Doc Ock. Okay. That's enough. No more podcast time.